Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another video. Today though, we're talking about The Last of Us Season 2. As we know, it has been filming. I think honestly though, they're completed filming. I'm pretty sure I did a video about that. But Season 2 of The Last of Us due out sometime next year. And it looks like we could have a time frame of when that will actually be. But it looks like we could see Season 2 of The Last of Us within the first few months of next year. Kind of rounding in that springtime, between March and May, because I guess that they want to release it in time for any kind of Emmy consideration with the various categories and whatnot. But it looks like we could possibly see it in the next few months, which I'm very excited about. I'm excited to see how they do it versus how it was done in the game, what they will include in this retelling of this particular story, how it will differ, and just everything that will go into bringing this part of the story, this very controversial part of The Last of Us legacy, to life, and just how they tackle it all. Because if you're not familiar with The Last of Us Part 2, the video game, it was very, I would say, mixed in its reviews. I, for one, have never played it more than once. I played it the first time through, and I have never had the desire to go back and play it again. And I'm not saying that's because, you know, I'm just one of those people that's like, oh, they did this and that. And, you know, I'm not going to spoil it for you if you haven't played it or if you haven't seen what's coming. But just the story that they were trying to tell, I understood why the story had to go the direction that it did, and I understood how things had to play out the way they did. But nonetheless, it still made me very angry, and just it took away from, I guess, what I had built up in my mind over the 7 years that it took to get it to us. And not only that, too, with the original one, I played the crap out of that game. I played that game well over 24 times or more. Just, I enjoyed the shit out of it. I just fell in love with that universe and fell in love with these characters to the point where that game became the standard of measurement to which I compare all other games. And I know that may sound kind of stupid or whatever, but that's just kind of how I viewed it, and just how it kind of just, I guess I related to it or whatever. But I just, I think mostly because that game kind of came to me in kind of a weird point in my life. I was living out west because I'm from the Midwest, but I was living out west. I had bought a PS3 just kind of on a whim in a pawn shop, and then I saw this game coming out and I was very intrigued by it, so I just kind of went and bought that on a whim as well. And I just completely I was blown away by the characters, by the gameplay and everything. It was unlike anything I'd ever played before, so I was very, I guess, defensive about those characters. But then as the story progressed, I mean, at the end of that game, I knew exactly where they were going to take it. It just was the only way to take it. It was how the story had to progress and everything. But it still made digesting that second game very difficult, and that's probably why I haven't played it since. Maybe someday when I can stream and whatnot without interruptions. That's just not a thing I can do right now. But maybe I will play that game, give it another go, because I do love the universe. I mean, I have a fucking Last of Us tattoo, so that kind of says it right there. But just, I do enjoy the characters, enjoy the games and everything, but I'm definitely looking forward to this second season, just how they do it, what will they include, because it's supposed to be cut up into at least 2 different seasons, possibly 3, because of just the massive amount of story that is involved, because it's a very large story. You play it from different angles, you experience other people's point of view and just how they deal with it, and just everything involved with just the tragedy and the revenge scenarios and everything about that story. So I am very excited to see what they do with it and just how it all plays out, because I'm sure it's going to be amazing regardless, because the first season was just so good. But anyways, guys, I guess that will do it. I hope you enjoyed the news. Hopefully this has some truth to it, that we will see it between March and May. And that means we've only got a handful of months left to wait for Season 2 to come out, even though, of course, it is a few episodes less than last time, and it will clearly end on a cliffhanger just because they're taking the second game and cutting it into at least 2 seasons. But I guess I'll do it, guys. So if you enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like, leave your thoughts down below, and of course, consider subscribing, help me reach that goal of 1,000 subscribers, and I will see you next time. So take care, bye.